Kia ora everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on performance management disciplinary process, secret of high performing HR teams. My name is Kishav. Me and my friend Aaron, we are here to share some ideas about performance management, disciplinary process, secret of high performing HR teams, and others. And there is on topic. Here are the we are studied about. We are presenting about the disciplinary process, and another topic is that here are the agendas of introduction and learning objectives, defining performance management and disciplinary actions, characteristics of high performing HR team, steps of the disciplinary process, model of disciplinary process and performance management, contemporary examples, recommendation for HR practices, and the conclusion. The another slide is about learning objectives. The slide is about learning objectives, where in the learning objectives there were in today's dynamic work environment, HR teams play a critical role in driving organizational success. Through this session, we aim to achieve the following learning objectives. Understand how performance management and the disciplinary process can be used to improve employee performance. Learn models HR teams can adapt to facilitate this process effectively. We will also analyze contemporary examples of performance management and disciplinary process in action and explore HR strategies to enhance performance management, particularly within the New Zealand context. By the end of these sessions, you should be able to apply these strategies to real-world HR scenarios to foster a high-performing team. Through the presentations, we will break down the key concepts, provide examples from major companies, and other practical recommendations to ensure that you live with actionable insights. And the next slide is about performance management, where formal performance management emphasizes a proactive approach to improving individuals and organizational performance. According to BAS 2012, it involves engaging with employees on measurable while defining behavioral outlooks related to company objectives and offering frequent performance evaluation. Business performance management includes onboarding, development, and personnel management. It seeks to create an organization that improves individuals and the firm. Disciplinary measures improves employee performance and mitigate the organizations via policy implementations. Generally prescribed negative activity, disciplining may be quite good if done properly. Individuals may improve bad workplace behavior and benefit themselves and the company. We will describe how these practices promote accountability and corporate improvement in the webinar. And the next slide is about characteristics of high-performing global HR teams. Human resource management underpins organizational success. Across national and cross-organizational performance is another benefit since members must work together. Cultural concerns must be addressed. Communication is crucial because it aligns everyone. Everyone should respect their co-workers regardless of rank. Top HR teams also explain roles and responsibilities since each person must understand how they fit into the overall plan. These teams must utilize technology effectively to support their tasks, monitor their performance, and communicate inclusively. Thus, shutting down or procedures also clarifies employment activities like performance and disciplinary measures. HR team members are flexible and responsible, able to address operational challenges and contribute to strategic operations. These presentations will teach how to calculate such traits in our HR staffs. And another slide is presenting about secret of high performance HR teams. In the high performance HR teams, there are secrets about high performing HR teams integrate organizational objectives with employee goals. These teams relate HR analytics to boost organizational performance via ongoing evaluations and optimizations. High performing HR teams prioritize professional development via learner-centered strategies. Knowledge acquisitions and upgrading are essential to foster staff and corporate effectiveness. Team-supported employee well-being encourages speaking out and build trust between employers and workers. These teams contribute advanced solutions that improve procedures and use big data to satisfy HR demands. It helps HR executives make good decisions and strengthens team and leaderships. And additionally, effective HR teams are adaptable, change management and organizational problem solving are their specialties. These teams accept change as a strength and are likely to lead their organizations. And as this way, the another slide is presenting about disciplinary process. Okay, this slide is presenting about disciplinary process. Workforce discipline is not only a technique to penalize employers, it's a strategy to improve their behaviors and follow processes. Usually, disciplinary process follows particular protocols. First, the employee is told of the issue and given an informal chance to fix it. If they continue the forbidden behavior, researchers get a written warning. This officializes the situation and set expectations for its resolutions without modification, suspension, or other penalty, including temporary loss of official responsibilities. Followed. Finally, if all previous methods fail, a dispute may have to be ended. Therefore, HR teams must complete the process transparently and fairly so workers understand what is expected of them and the consequences of their actions. The company wants its employees to succeed their disciplinary proceeding, always help and guide workers. The procedures also protects the organizations by defining standards. And another slide is about the disciplinary actions. The disciplinary actions is about in workplace conduct. Disciplinary actions come as four stages procedures which add up to address the employee's misconduct in steps is to provide the employee with several chances for improvement. The first disciplinary action is about the verbal warning. The verbal warning is the first type of conversations occurs between the managers and the subordinate and is a crucial first step of the process. It is an unscheduled message directed at preventing problems and correcting some small misbehavior on the spot. And another one is that written warning. If the case continues to repeat itself, it goes off a nose to a written warning being issued to the personnel parenting to an office. It is a legal written notice that identifies issues which have been observed, past warning given, and possible actions to if the behavior proceeds. And another one is the suspension. The disciplinary sanitized withdrawal is a form of employee penalty whereby the person temporarily withdrawn from the workplace for a specific period with or without pay or serious or habitual violations. Another one is terminations. One of the first and final stages then can be applied when none of the others have proved effective in terminations. This decision is done accompanied by adequate observations of previous realistic steps taken to improve to all parties that continued employment is unsuitable. And another slide is about the grounds for employee behavior warranting disciplinary measures. Grounds for employee behavior warranting disciplinary measures. Every organization must maintain a professional work environment to accomplish its aim. Sometimes an employee may misbehave and need to be knowing what behind such actions help contain them. Employee misconduct is defined as behaviors that directly violate business regulations or ethical standards. This might include theft, fraud, chicanery, or safety violations. Sexual harassment is also a major problem. Any unwelcome sexual approaches are included. These situations must be handled quickly and safeguard the employees and follow the company's respectful workplace policy. And another one is that workplace discriminations, unfair treatment of workers based on protected characteristics such as race, gender, age, or others. Absenteeism and tardiness affect operational efficiency. Unexpected absence hinder productivity and stress trimness. At occasional lateness may be tolerated. Discipline is also necessary for employee performance difficulties such as repeatedly not meeting work standards, comments, discuss expectations and standards. And the another slide is talking about the importance of the disciplinary process in performance management. Importance of the disciplinary process in performance management. One of the reasons why the disciplinary process is so important in performance management is that it allows for achievements of the company goals by ensuring that a competitive edge is maintained. In the workplace, performance encompasses aspects such as productivity, punctuality, efficiency, and contributions to the organization. Underperforming members of a team have a negative impact on the overall productivity of the team, as well as the firm as a whole. An employee's performance at work may be impacted by factors such as their competencies and abilities, their motivations, and other obligations to support workers in improving their performance. And the another slide is talking about successful performance management cycle. This is also the important topic about the presentation successful performance management cycle. There where a cycle consists of four key strategies is integral the fostering a high performing environment, planning, monitoring, reviewing, and the last one is rewarding. Planning. The process starts with defining realistic objectives and targets for both the employees, teams, and the whole business. And the monitoring. It is therefore important to monitor such goals as since every project is unique. Meanwhile, follow up, initials, assessing performance and giving progressive feedback, as well as recognizing barriers to performance early enough. These steps ensure that projects are on course and if any chance need to be made fit the planned outcomes, they have to be done here. Reviewing. Lastly, after a cycle of performance, we check on how well we achieve the objectives that were set out. And the last one is rewarding. Rewarding, last but not the least, the cycle ends with reward and recognitions of the efforts and contributions of the employees. A reward may be the monetary and non-monetary. For example, bonus or salary are the monetary example, and the recognitions, incentives of training and development are the non-monetary policy. And next slide is presented by my friend Aaron. Okay, next slide will be presented by my friend Aaron. Thank you.
Recording stop कर दे.
Stop किया भाई.
Start भी करी थी.
Stop किया अभी.
Now I am explaining Microsoft approach to performance management. Microsoft performance management strategy includes performance journals demonstrating their dedication to continual improvement and employee involvement. And the performance journals capture reviews previous period events, achievements, failures, and personal progress. And the strategy encourages employee involvement in performance management by maintaining systematic records of activities, projects, and work-related events. And the next slide goes to Microsoft approach management and new performance management practice at Microsoft company provides flexibility in performance management, feedback, and personal development as compared to the rating cultures prevalent across organizations. And the check-ins, Microsoft managers have time to time short and casual conversations with employees, focusing on their objectives and achievements and challenges. Such practices creates an avenue through which constant interactions are made and achieves confirmation that both the employee and the manager have the same understanding regarding their goals. It is near real time and basis, and help the managers respond to their employee concerns and helps develop a good relation between the manager and the employee. And the next slide is 14. Google. And Google, the performance management cycle begins with the employee assessing their job, employees rate, and the productivity and approach and handling performance a management issue which is based both and structure and flexibility with a focus on employees. Like Google, the performance management cycle begins the employee assessment their job, and the employees rate productivity in 5 criteria based on performance since the previous review. The assessment challenges employees to examine and the issues personally and professionally. It fosters accountability and ownership, helping the you're saying and the Google Performance Management Systems aims to create a climate of constant development and the employer's satisfaction with many procedures and methods of feedback and performance review. First one is annual performance review, and the second one is monthly check-ins, and the third one is Google Guest Engagement Review. And the first one is annual performance review. Mid-cycle and yearly reviews at Google allow managers to track progressive using specified behaviors and results of performance evaluation and give each employee a year-long grade that summarizes their performance and growth. And the second one is monthly check-ins. Google requires monthly status update which it emphasizes career development, coaching, and other personal matters are discussed between managers and workers. This interferes allows ongoing contact which helps in identify and resolve issues early, increasing development and job satisfaction. And third one is Google Guest Engagement Survey. The Google Guest Engagement Survey is another component of Google performance strategy. Employees are asked to rate their supervisors and the overall satisfaction with the work in Google. The findings are relevant for the management to know the various changes that are taking place in the workplace relations and worker satisfaction, to inform strategic changes of identify areas with the emergent social issues that may call for attention. And the example is Apple. The performance management system is Apple offers a good example by undertaking a highly integrated method dubbed the 30/60 annual performance reviews. There are important and the process that the part of strategy of human resource management. With Apple, the aims of providing comprehensive feedback to its employees. And first one is 60 annual performance reviews. Apple carries out these reviews twice in the year, mid of the year. And the rating categories employees are classified into categories based on the performance of inspections, expectations, and needs improvement. This categorization helps in clearly in communicating performance standards and expectations. And the next slide goes to Apple and the performance management system. And Apple offers a good example by undertaking a highly integrated method of the 360 annual performance reviews. And the process that part of strategy of human resource management. With Apple, the aims of providing comprehensive feedback to its employees. And the first one is 60 annual reviews. Apple carries to these most of reviews twice in the year, mid-year and end of the year. And the next slide goes to Apple feedback and cascading objectives. And the Apple approaches to performance management integrates consistent feedback and strategic goal alignment to drive organizational success. This system is designed to ensure that every team member is not only aware of the expectation but is also regularly guided towards meeting goals. And the first one is weekly feedback, and the second one is cascading goals. And Apple provides feedback to staff members weekly through check-in within their performance management system. The regular structured feedback mechanism and highly innovative 2014 study ensures that employees receive timely and actionable insights into their performance. These check-ins allows for continuous dialogue between staff and managers, addressing by concerns swiftly and reinforcing positive behaviors on an organizing basis. And the second one is cascading goals. Apple employs cascading goals to align the objectives of individuals employees within the borders goals of the team and the overall business strategy. This method ensures that each employee efforts and contribute directly to larger organizational objectives. And the combination of frequent feedback and aligned goals, such as Apple creates a dynamic environment where apples are continuously engaged and motivated. This system not only supports individual development but also drives collective achievement, making apples a leader in innovation, performance management practices. And the next slide goes to, and then a recommendation of HR, frequent performance conversation with the employee. And the HR procedures must change in today's fast-paced workplace. Perform regular performance interactions with the workers to employ HR operations. HR should encourage more casual, regular talks for rapid feedback and engagement. This technique encourages staff managers dialogues, making it more flexible and representative of real performance than periodic reviews. And the first one is monthly one-on-one meetings, and it is recommended that HR managers schedule monthly one-on-one meetings with each employee to discuss performance and the other relevant issues. And these sessions provide an opportunity for open dialogue and enable managers to address any concern in real time, thereby avoiding the accumulation of unaddressed issues until the annual review. And such as in frequent interactions not only enhance the accuracy of performance assessments by reducing reliance on dated information but also boost employee morale and engaged by the showing development and well-being. And the next slide goes to recommendation, recognition and appreciation alongside compensation, and it is the involving and this is an depends to implement a more holistic reward system, and the system should focus on both tangible and reward and intangible benefits, and including public acknowledgement and career development opportunities and a supportive work and environment. And the implementing such comprehensive recognition strategies will not only motivate employees but also align the efforts with the strategic goals of organizations, creating a more cohesive and productive work environment. And the next and last slide goes to finally in conclusion, the staff performance appraisal and conduct management are pivotal for addressing substandard performance and are regarded as some of the most effective methods within organizational settings. The significance of structured feedback and effective communication cannot be overstated, and these elements are central to the performance of high performing HR teams and crucial for enhancing organizational performance. This approach is exemplified by major corporations such as Microsoft, Google, and Apple, which have developed models that are not foster positive improvements but also actively involve employees in the process, thereby increasing engagement and effectiveness. And to ensure both personal and corporate development, it is essential that organizational human resource management strategies align closely with the company's overreaching aims and goals, and employees align their personal achievements with strategic objectives of the company, ultimately leading to sustained cooperative success and employee satisfaction. And to everyone.